In this lesson, we'll build machine learning from the ground up. We'll start with simple ideas like objects, attributes, feature values, and targets, then see how patterns in data help computers make predictions. Along the way, we'll use easy examples like ice cream and animal photos, and we'll pause for short quizzes to check your understanding. Let's begin with the big idea. Machine learning uses computers to predict unknown attributes of objects by finding patterns in data. That is why it is useful in so many areas, like images, sound, text, finance, biology, and more. Even though modern systems can look very advanced, many of them are built from a surprisingly small set of basic ideas. To understand machine learning, we first need to understand objects. In this tutorial, an object is anything that has attributes. That could be a product, a photo, a person, a scoop of ice cream, or even a piece of text. Once we identify the object, we can start asking what characteristics describe it. An attribute is simply something that characterizes an object. For an ice cream scoop, attributes could include taste, color, price, weight, or popularity. Some of these can be measured directly, while others may remain unmeasured because they are irrelevant, too expensive to collect, or beyond our current understanding. Now let us look at this in a simple table format. Attribute types. The main structure introduced in the article. Here is the key structure from the article. Attributes can be measured or unmeasured. Among measured attributes, two ideas matter most in machine learning: the target and the features. The target is what we want to predict, and the features are the attributes we use to help make that prediction. Now let's make that distinction very clear. The target is the attribute we care about and want to predict. Features are other attributes that may be related to that target. For example, if we want to predict future sales, then future sales are the target, while things like current price or historic sales can be features. In supervised learning, target values are known for some objects and unknown for others. Now that we've covered core concepts, let's test what we've learned so far. Here's quiz number 1. See if you can get it right. Question 1. In this article, what is an object? The correct answer is anything that has attributes. The article defines an object very broadly: anything that has attributes. Question 2. What is the target in machine learning? The correct answer is the attribute we want to predict. The target is the specific attribute of interest that the model tries to predict. Question 3. Which statement about features is correct? The correct answer is they are attributes potentially related to the target. Features are the input attributes that may help us predict the target. An attribute value is the value of an attribute for one particular object. Suppose the target is next quarter's sales. Then a target value might be 8,000 units. If price is a feature, then a feature value could be $99.99. So machine learning often works with many objects, each having its own set of feature values and sometimes a known target value. Machine learning depends on one big assumption. There are relationships between features and targets that repeat in a predictable way. The article calls these relationships patterns. If the world had no patterns, machine learning would be useless. But because reality is structured, computers can often learn rules and regularities from data. Now let's make this intuitive with the computer vision example. Imagine we want a system to recognize animals in photos. A photo becomes the object. One possible target is whether orangutans are present. Useful features may include orange, reddish, brown hair, the number of animals visible, and even the forest canopy in the background. Humans use these clues naturally, and machine learning tries to capture such patterns systematically. This leads us to supervised machine learning. In supervised learning, we collect examples where the target is already known for some objects. We then use those examples to learn patterns between features and targets. After that, the system can make predictions for new objects where the target is unknown. In simple words, we teach the machine using labeled examples. Now that we've covered patterns and supervision, let's test what we've learned so far. Here's quiz number 2. See if you can get it right. Question 1. Why is pattern recognition essential for machine learning? The correct answer is because predictions rely on repeatable relationships. Machine learning works only when there are stable, discoverable relationships between features and targets. Question 2. In the orangutan example, which could act as a feature? The correct answer is orange reddish brown hair. Visible clues like hair color or forest background can help predict whether orangutans are present. Question 3. What best describes supervised learning? The correct answer is learning from examples with known target values. Supervised learning uses labeled examples where the target is already known for some objects. That was part 1 of building machine learning from scratch. If these basics are clear, you already have a strong foundation for everything that follows. In the next part, the focus moves from individual attributes to collections of data. Until then, keep observing the world like a machine learning engineer, one object, one attribute, and one pattern at a time.